It's that time again. It's time for the monthly market update video for September 2022. I'm Jason Geroux. I'm the designated broker and owner here at 410 Real Estate, a multi-million-dollar producing real estate brokerage in Gilbert, Arizona. And I am excited to have you here on the video. These are some of our most watched videos, especially in today's market. People are curious about what's going on, and I'm going to get to sharing it with you in just a second. But before we do, if you are not currently subscribed and as a member of the 410 family, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so we can make you aware when we post these videos. We do real estate videos, market updates, mindset videos. We even go around town and introduce you to local businesses, and we'd love to have you here as part of the 410 family, so hit that subscribe button before you leave. Now to the fun part, the monthly market update for September 2022. Everybody knows the market has slowed down. Everybody knows the market's a bit unpredictable and a bit crazy, but here are the numbers behind the story. So in September, sales were actually up 3% from August, which is interesting, but still down about 30% year over year. We only sold about 6,300 homes in our MLS here in Maricopa County and some of Pinal. So that's down quite a bit year over year. New inventory is down about 10% month over month, but year over year, it's also down about 8%. So people are deciding maybe not to put their homes on the market at the moment just because of the unpredictability. Total inventory has a month over month increase of 3.5%, year over year up 9%. So we have about 23,000 homes on the market. Of that, there's about 10% of those, about 12% of those that are under contract. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of inventory available for you if you're out in the market looking for a home right now. That equates to about a 3.5 month supply. We've talked before that a really traditionally balanced market is between 4 and 6 months supply on the market at any given time. About 6 to 9 months ago, we were as low as like half a month or 3/4 of a month supply. So things have dramatically changed since then, and we'll get into a little bit about why here toward the end of the video. New list prices are up 13% year over year, with a median of just over 459,000. The average is at about 611 here in the MLS here in the Phoenix area. So those are up. Now, average sale price, interestingly enough, is also still up about 7.5% year over year, about 7% for median. So our average sale price here in our MLS is approximately 529,000 right now. So that is still growth year over year. So we're still doing okay in that regard. And that's actually more normal growth, anywhere from 4 to 7% annual growth. Real estate sounds like a good turnaround. We've just been experiencing these crazy 20, 30% increases year over year, and people kind of got used to that. So 7 doesn't sound like much, but it's actually still pretty good. An increase actually is still forecasted for October for average prices, while they are forecasting a decrease in median price. So our average is still going up according to the prognosticators for October. Interesting side note, just to kind of keep your eye on, it's not a tremendous problem yet, but it is something of note. We did have about a 25% year over year increase in what we call distressed properties. So those are like pre-foreclosures and foreclosures. There's only about 1,000 of them on the market, but that's about 5% more than last month, and about, again, 25% more over last year. So maybe some of the economic things we're seeing with inflation and job losses and different things like that might contribute to some of those things. But we'll also talk about why that's a bit different this time around here in our market. That is only about 1/4%, not even, about 0.2% of our market though, the distressed properties. Average days on market are up to 48 days. So, gone are the days where we could get a house on the market one day, have it sold by the next day for $50,000 more than the list price. If people are telling you they can do that, the data just doesn't show that. Maybe they're not pricing the property properly for you. But we are about 18 days higher year over year. So last year we were about 30, now we're about 48. And month over month, about 6 days up in average days on market. So what does all this mean? This basically is showing us the effects that we're seeing from inflation and from higher interest rates for borrowers. Now, we talk all the time to people who are thinking about buying or selling property, and they're constantly weighing what's going on with interest rates, what's going on in the economy in general, the stock market. And the conversations we're having now, we hear all the time, specifically from buyers, that, nope, I'm not getting into it right now. Interest rates are too high. I don't want to buy a home at a 7% interest rate. which, compared to the 2.5%, 3% fantasy interest rates we had for the last couple of years, makes perfect sense. However, one thing I would say that we're communicating now is the idea of, and I think I've said it in the previous video, you marry the house you want, you date the rate, okay? So if it's in your plan, and again, everything we always talk about goes back to what is your goal, what is your plan for you and your family that makes the most sense. If buying a home is still the thing that makes the most sense, potentially over renting, or maybe you have a life change, somebody's moving in with you, somebody's moving out, and you need to make a change, and buying a home makes the most sense, then find the home that you like, even at the higher interest rate, provided you qualify and it doesn't cause you a hardship, obviously. And then in a few years, rates change, come down, then you go ahead and refinance it back down to the lower rate. We're also seeing creative ways in the market where we can get seller concessions potentially that can buy down your rate. So maybe it can come down from 7 to 6. There's also lenders out there that we work with that are doing things like a 2-1 buy down, which means they'll buy down your rate 2% the first year, 1% the second, and then it goes to the full rate the third year. And by then the goal hopefully would be that rates come back down and you can refinance. So the concept of let's not get in the market until rates change may not be the best thing, because right now what we're seeing is price reductions from what is being listed. We're seeing more seller concessions. If you're a buyer, that's a good thing. It could be a good time for you to get into a home if that's what's in your plan, because sellers need to sell their homes. They're not selling as quickly as they could, and you might be able to get a better deal now than you could have, say, 6 months ago. Maybe a year and a half ago, you bought a home and you settled because it was so competitive. You just, well, this isn't exactly what we want, but we'll take it because it's what's there. Now might be a good time to make that shift into something that actually meets your needs. You get a better opportunity with it, and then we can sell your home. And as we talked about earlier, values are still up year over year. So you still probably make a bit of money coming out of the sale, and you can get into something that really makes sense now. So just because rates are what they are, I would still say, I would encourage you to evaluate your goals, evaluate what you're trying to accomplish. Talk with us. Our team is more than happy to give you all of your options, tell you, what option might work for you. This option might be another way to go. And if you own a home and you're wanting to move into something different, the rental market is still strong. Maybe you don't want to sell in this market today, but our team can help you rent it and manage the property for you, so you can actually have an investment and start to build wealth through that real estate investment portfolio. On that note, quick check into the rentals here in the market. In September, we rented about 2,100 rentals through the MLS. It's a little bit down over August, but that's kind of normal with school changing and those kinds of different things. The median lease is 2,100. Average lease is 2,312. So that is still right around where we've been. Not much of a change. It's a little bit lower than maybe 2021, a little bit higher than 2021, but not ridiculously. It is just of note also taking 31 days on the market for rentals. So though the market is still moving, it has softened in both sales and rentals. Part of that is seasonality. Again, summer's over, school has started, maybe people aren't moving around as much, but we still can get the property rented for you. I hope this information was helpful. I hope that this information allows you to take a step back from what you might see on the news or hear from your friends and realize, yes, there are some changes to the market. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you the market is the greatest market to get out there. Everybody needs to go buy a house or sell a house. No. But if it's in your plan and you're paying someone else's mortgage through rent, or you're just deciding, again, with a life change, you need to make a move, there are still creative solutions to get you into the home that you want to be in. And you can even look down the road at refinancing the rates back down when they come down a bit. Will they get back to 2.5% or 3%? Probably not. I'm not a prognosticator or a fortune teller, but I would guess that those rates are gone for a while at least. But in the next few years, could they get back down to 5 to 6%? Potentially so. So if it works out for you to get a better deal on a home today and refinance later, let's get you into that, and let's have a discussion at least so you have those options in front of you. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please share this video with your friends through your social media. Tell them all about how the market has changed, but it may not be everything that's doom and gloom that you're hearing on the news. And I would love to talk with you or your friends or family if they are looking for more information about buying a home. Otherwise, we will see you on our next video, and thanks again for being part of the 410 family.